Hey guys, I'm Birds and you can call me Birds, and welcome to the first video of the buffing level series. And we're gonna start with... Yeah, I'm gonna start doing my evil experiments with this level. And about the rules, well, I hope you're very patient because the list is very huge. Rule number 1, there are no rules. Well, I can do whatever I want at this level. And why I chose this level? So we are very close to the 2.2 update, and as you may know, FINGERDASH came with the 2.1 update. So why not to start with such an epic level? And another kinda obvious reason is that the level has a very nice variation for each part. So I'll be able to do some silly things that you'll see very soon. So no more talking, let's begin with this crazy thing I'm creating here. When I first started the project, I was already thinking about putting a very creative name, but yeah, no ideas, zero ideas. I tried a lot of things, thinking about serious things, other unusual things, or even banging my head against the wall, but nothing came out. So yeah, freak this thing off. Let's begin with it. And the first thing I saw when I got to the editor was the first spike. And as the super villain of this episode, I went to that spike with very bad intentions. And there I am creating this spike and thinking about some choices I had in my life. Bro, what am I doing here? Is this even possible? By any means. And after creating this abomination, I also added a very kind structure above it. It does nothing, but it's scary. After that, I put this laser thing right there that made this jump a literal frame perfect. And I'm not kidding, this jump is so hard. I also copy and pasted some school signs, and I already started to be tripping in my ideas. Because for some reason, I thought it would be very funny to add some rotating signs with some arrows and spikes. Bro, why not? Tell me, why not? And after this peculiar thing, I added some generic buffing with spikes on the edge of the blocks. And then a whole new structure with, for some reason, an UFO gameplay with a jumping boy who tries to kill you. And after that, I only added some buffs here and there, made this guy very big, spammed a lot of these fireballs because I thought it would be funny, and buffed the dash orb, in which you can see it is very intimidating. And after this first part is done, my brain was definitely losing some brain cells already, so I got to myself and you know what? Let's transform this cube section in a literal impossible wave. And so I was going to build it. Oh, and I forgot to say that in the dash orb, if you die, it was supposed to show you a message saying hold to dash, but in this version is hold to hold. Because yeah, jokes. So the first thing I did for this wave part was copy and pasting a lot of these zappers. And when I say a lot, it is a lot. And then some sauce that doesn't do anything. It is more an artistic choice. And then I added some spikes to make it harder than it is. And I also reused the blue orb to create some gameplay gimmicks. And I don't know what was in my mind at the moment, but don't ask me about this wave. Yeah, and I'm not even joking. It is gonna stay in the level. And after finishing this crazy wave, this is the result. And yeah, you have to pass under this fireball, and it is very hard. Going straight to the next cube part, it was already another day, so I was thinking about other things, and this time I didn't change the gameplay too much, just some buffs here and there. Unfortunately, I forgot to record this part, so I'm just gonna show the result here. As you can see, it remains like the original, but kinda extremely buffed. And for the next part, I had this idea, but I removed it because it's too exaggerated. So I went a little bit back in the level, and I saw this sign here. A sign with a very silly smile, and I won't let this smile fool you. So in 2 seconds, I went from a normal person to a complete psycho. And now, this sign is one of the most evil things on Earth. Just to introduce this next part that is very crazy. So I created a secret passage, then I added this bro, who eats the whole structure, forcing you to jump right to the next platform, and then some buffs and timings, and nothing more than this. So this part ended up being like this. When I got to the spider, I got kinda depressive because it was too calming, so I don't know, it was kinda hard to find some elements to put here that would make this part different from the others, and the ideas to make this part look hard and be hard were also missing. Bro, this part is like, how would I buff it without putting like literally just spikes in the ground? I'll have to think on big brain things here. So what I did was turn on my fuck it up mode. So I went crazy doing crazy things here. Some rocks, more lasers, spikes on the walls, and holy crap, this part here is really hard. Like every spider jump here is nearly a frame perfect. Like this, and there we go. I think that's enough. Boom. No. Boom. No. Boom. No! Shit, bro. Oh no. Now that's impossible. How do I do something balanced? Now I understand Dorami. In order to look cool, I copy and pasted some of these bush decorations and fires. I also created this part that for some reason everything goes down and I almost hit the player, and added this coin. Don't ask me how to get it. Try it yourself. So this is the result for this spider part. Now this ship here is the part I was most excited to build because I thought it was gonna be the easiest one to build, and it has everything to do with the fireballs. So the first thing I did was kinda mentally insane. Look at this, and holy shit, this is so impossible. It actually looks impossible, and it is impossible, so that's why I removed one fireball there, just to make it possible. And then I buffed some things, like adding spikes on the floating rocks, scaling up objects, and when I say scaling up, I am not playing. And I also added this dragon, or monster, or I don't know. And this is how this nightmare ship ended up. So now moving to the robot, I was completely out of ideas. So I tried to do something cool and we ended up with this thing that I'm not sure what I did there. I need help. I need medical help. And this part here is, in my opinion, the hardest one, but yet the worst. I was completely out of ideas and I didn't like this result so much. Okay, so now moving on to the wave. I got some ideas for this part pretty quickly. So I added these black borders all over the wave and it took a very long time. And then I put these glowing balls all over the wave again and it was very time consuming. And then I added some spikes all over the wave and that was again very time consuming. And to finish it off, I added some coins in some suspicious places, and after finishing the wave, I added this sign here to say that a very hard wave is coming. I forgot to record again, but at least I didn't do too much. I just created basically the same pillars I did in the last spider section, and I was completely out of ideas, so I created this rotating hazard here, and this shit is very bad. Very bad. And after finishing this boring spider, I finally reached this wave and UFO. So to introduce these impossible parts, I created a little intro, and this is the result. Very simple, but frightening. So what happened to the wave is that it was very open before, and now I closed it a little bit. And about the UFO, I scaled it like crazy. And if it wasn't enough, I also added some spikes. And oh my god, this part is so hard. I tried a lot of times, but I swear, this is impossible. Not humanly impossible, but for my... You know what I mean? So we are finally at the end of the level, and I gotta be honest with you, this part is not very good. I was at the end of the level, I just wanted to finish it, so the ideas didn't work too much, but at the same time, I decorated a little bit and buffed. That's it. I think that the only notable thing about this final part is the last jump, that is basically the Orochi jump. Yeah. It's hard, but this is the purpose of the level, right? And that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more videos of me buffing levels, just say in the comments, because creating this is very fun. Like, I put all my ideas into a level in a very goofy way, and this always ends up very funny. So yeah, see you in the next video.